Hey friends, just a quick heads up, Jason and I will be at Smoki Hauler's Holiday Craft Fair in Oakfield, Maine on December 6th from 9 to 3. We'd love for you to come out and say hi and hang with us in person.
So a few days ago, we finished all of the insulation in the walls on Jen's studio. So today we're gonna start work on her ceiling. I've never done anything like this before, as is most of the projects I get started on around here. So I'm just gonna kind of wing it. Because of how I laid out the materials over here, we're gonna start with the siding. So the boards that we're using for the siding are reclaimed boards that came out of a barn that Jen and I are working with the owners to tear down. And they've allowed us to go in there and reclaim a bunch of this wood. And so that's what we're doing. And all that reclaimed wood, we're now going to be installing into our studio. This is our first board. All right, so I got all of it cut. So it's all stacked over there. I cut everything into 8-foot sections. The next step is to start installing it. So to attach the boards to the 2x4s, I am using my DeWalt brad nailer. I'm using 2-inch brads, nails, which is going to be fine. One other thing is we haven't put a floor in here yet, so I'm going to put some spacers underneath this first board. That way it leaves me a little bit of space so I can put the floor down and have it kind of fit in that groove. So then I can put a nice piece of trim there and it'll look great. So, all right, let's get started. Yeah, so this is not going to be 8 feet. Oh boy. I was hoping that 8 foot would be at this stud, but it's not. So that's going to change things. Okay, so this is good, I think, because put both boards here. I can kind of see where I'm going to have to cut the tips off. So that should be okay. The reason this is important is because I want the ends of these two boards, which will be on the same row, to butt up at a stud. So I have something I can attach it to. If I were to cut this board to meet this one, then there's nothing to attach the end of this board to here. So I'm going to have to cut both boards right there. All right, so let me go ahead and make some extra cuts. Now that we cut them, they're to the right size. We're going to go ahead and fasten this board to the studs, and then we're just going to build our wall up. It's 4 o'clock and it's getting dark. I'm cold. What are you guys doing? There's Tasunka right there. Yeah, we all have our favorite. That's mine. Although Whitco, I think I am Whitco's favorite. And but originally Jen had gotten him. He was supposed to be Jen's dog, but they're all my dogs, except for Matcha. Matcha hangs out with Mom. She does. But it's cold. I'm going in. We're going to do this again tomorrow. Try and get all those boards up. Oh, and I decided that I didn't want to use the brad nailer. So we went to a regular nailer. So that's cool. All right, boys. Let's go home. Come on, Whitco. You too. Whitco. Hey, Whitco. What are you doing? Come on. Let's go home. Stubborn. Stubborn. So it is the next day, and we are back out here at the studio. We are getting ready to start installing all of the boards for the inside siding. But before we get started, I just wanted to let everybody know that Jen and I are going to be at a craft fair. I'm going to add the little flyer here. So if you are in the area on the date, come say hi to us. We really do enjoy talking with everybody and getting to meet you folks. So like I said, if you're in the area and you've got the time, come on out and say hi. And if you are so inclined, buy one of Jen's crafts. Everything she sells is all handmade and is just awesome stuff. So, all right, well, it's a beautiful day. It's going to be warm today, and it is a perfect day to do some siding. So after about, 30 minutes of work or whatnot, we've got the first, 5 layers up. Looks really good. Exactly what we want it to look like. But now I'm dealing with my first outlet. So what I'm going to do is use an 8-inch board, which in turn is going to bring the board up to here, or this row, which is perfect. So then I'll be able to trim out the window and you'll never see the little gap here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this board here, measure out this, mark it up. We're only going to cut it to this length, and we'll figure out the rest. One of the things that I love about the fact that I don't have any real training in carpentry is that I can look at things like this and just figure it out. Right? I'm not bound by rules and things that I've learned, roadblocks or whatnot. I can just look at this and say, okay, this is going to work, and then do that. In contrast, my background is manufacturing. So when I go into a factory, and when I was, either doing process control or whatnot, quality controls, I was bound by certain rules that I had learned and that I had picked up, over decades of working in factories. But here, I don't have that. I can come up and I can look at this and say, you know what, this is going to work regardless of whether or not the industry or, a veteran carpenter says it'll work. It might just work the way I want to do it. So that's what I do. And that's what I enjoy about, this type of work is coming in here, seeing a problem, and in my eyes, creating a solution that works. That's what I love about it. Got a perfect fit. However, it is really recessed in the wall. And I'm not sure I like that. So I'm going to look at this and see if I can't pull this outlet out more. Look at that. All right, so we did get it out, which is cool. Now I'm going to need to reset it. See, when I originally put this in, I put it up to these little grooves here on the stud. I thought that was going to be the space, but obviously it's not. So we're going to try it this way and see what happens. I think that works. They'll be able to put a cap over it. So that should do it. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Because now I'll be able to put the cover on it. Tighten it up. It should look good. I like it. There is something very romantic to me about seeing snow and being able to just, dress in a sweatshirt and not have to be completely buckled up because it's so cold. The sun is out. It's nice. It's warm. It's just an absolutely gorgeous day. All right, well, let's take a look and see where we're at. Okay, so we've got this first section of wall up. It looks great. This is the outlet. That looks freaking amazing, if I do say so myself. So the next step here is to build up the walls. I've got all the boards cut, so it's just a matter of getting them attached. We'll have to do something for that outlet. I'm hoping I don't have to take it out, but I don't know. I might have to. We'll see. All right, let's get to it. Now, we're going to go ahead and put this guy up. Got a final piece. This is an 8-inch board. So that's perfect. And look at that window cut. Perfect. Heck yeah. I'm happy with that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this guy in. So this is going right up to the studs. Now the ceiling, you might be wondering, we're not putting the ceiling against the bottom side of these studs. Jen wants the studs shown, so we're going to be putting the ceiling on top of the studs, so I can bring the wall piece right up to the stud. Now, in between here, once we're done with these walls, we're going to be cutting some 2x4s that'll go in between the rafter joists here, and that'll close that spot off, which is what we'll be looking for. But I'd say that piece is done. Now I got to cut that side. So for all intents and purposes, this wall is done. Still have to do the window trim, but that'll come later. But as far as the wall, that wall is done. And I am freaking happy. I think this wall looks perfect. It's exactly what we were looking for when we set out to start this project. And it came out just perfect. I love it. So the next thing we got to do now, we got to move everything from that side of the shed over to this side. So that'll take a few minutes because I want to clean this up a little bit. Then we'll get it all moved over and we'll get the other side up. Oh boy, that sun is rough. Okay, so I don't like that. All right, so we're on the other side of the wall now. I have all of the pieces I need. So it's just a matter of just putting it up. The space in this little shed, it's there's not a lot of it, so my workspace and trying to video this side of the shed, it's gonna be a little harder. In the interest of time, I think what I'm gonna do is just get this wall sided. I'm just gonna put the camera down, probably throw some music on, and get this up, and I'll show you what it looks like. Man, it is so cold outside. Holy smokes, my hands are freezing. Everything hurts. But we got it done, guys. We got that wall done. I am so impressed with myself. Every once in a while, a plan comes together that just is awesome. I mean, look at that cutout. Oh, that's beautiful. And look at this little junction box down here. Look at that cutout. So I saved that piece, and I'm going to add a hinge to it and put a little door there, like a little secret door. Yeah. It came out so freaking nice. We absolutely love it. And I know Jen is just ecstatic. The other wall. Yeah, can't really see it because everything's in the way, but kind of get the gist of it. Sorry for all the sniffling, but it is cold. I'm really cold. My hands are just so tight. Hurt. But, again, it's done. That's good. So tomorrow, we're going to come back. We got to finish putting some nails up because I ran out of nails. So we got to finish nailing it. But the big thing is that Jen and I spoke, and originally she wanted the ceiling on top of these 2x4s, but she has decided that she wants it like a normal ceiling, where we're going to be using plywood and it's going to attach to the studs from underneath. So, all right, well, that's going to do it for right now. I'm going to go inside, warm up, grab a cup of coffee, have some dinner, watch some TV, kick back, and maybe even watch a YouTube video. All right, we'll see you in a minute. Because it gets cold here at night, I take my batteries with me every night and I put them in the cabin because I don't want to leave them out in the cold. And boy, did it get cold last night. I think it was like 18 degrees when I got up at 3 o'clock this morning. So yeah, that's freaking cold, man. All right, well, we are back at the home of Jen's Homestead Creations, her studio, and man, it looks awesome. I am so excited with the way that this thing is looking. God, that looks so beautiful. So today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on this front here. I gotta go get some more boards. I'm gonna have to knock some nails out of them. They're smaller boards, so I think they're going to fit perfectly right here. So let me get myself together, and then we're going to head over and grab those boards out of the trailer. Some friends of ours reached out to us a few weeks ago and asked us if we wanted to go and reclaim some boards from an old barn they have that they're going to be tearing down. When it comes to reclaiming, we love to reclaim, especially old boards. There's just something about the age, the patina. They just look beautiful. And that's where we got all of these boards from. My truck does not currently have four-wheel drive, and it is at the mechanic getting fixed. But that's why we haven't been able to get any more. Once I clear out the trailer and we get the truck back and then four-wheel drive works, and we'll get back over there and reclaim more wood. Okay, so now that I've got everything I need, we're going to head back over to the studio and start taking these nails out. You know, I have a real soft spot for reclaiming barnwood, old boards, and more importantly, pulling these nails out. Every nail I pull out is a record of somebody in the past putting that nail in. That's just, it reminds me of how human we are. I know it may sound weird or whatnot, but I find it very satisfying and respectful to the old timers who may have used these boards and put these boards up in that barn, and you know, or put that nail in to hang a spool of wire or some traps off of, whatever the case might be. But to be able to have that board and pull these nails out and reclaim that board, it just makes me feel real good. How you doing, Whitco? What's up, my boy? What's up, my boy? How's the homestead? Everything good? Huh? You doing a good job? Yeah? Keeping track of everything? Making sure everybody's good? I know. Yeah. Whitco here is hands down the protector of the homestead. He has no fear, and he doesn't care who you are, friend or foe. He's definitely going to let us know that someone's here. Alright, so far so good. Looks good. And I'm just going to keep going up. Okay, so we got this side done. We went right up here to the top. And then we're going to go ahead and knock out that side. Same thing, we'll bring it up to the top. And then I'll use longer boards to do the over the door portion. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here yet on the door. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to put boards because it's going to be really bulky, but we'll see. When you're doing stuff like this, you can just kind of make it up as you go, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So whether we put boards up on those doors or not, I don't know. We'll just have to see. We've got it all, well, except for one small piece, but that is over here. I need a 7-inch piece to fit in there, a 7-inch wide to match this one, or something similar, and I got to go digging through that pile right there to go find one. But I'm hungry. I'm gonna go grab some food, We'll come back, and then we're going to start cleaning this thing up, and I'm going to start working on getting the ceiling here prepped and ready. I don't have actual sheets of plywood. I have a bunch of small pieces, so I'm going to have to piece this thing together. I don't want to, but I'm going to have to because that's all I got. So the other thing I'm going to have to do is figure something out here so I can attach the plywood to, because I got no studs on this side. So I have an idea, so we'll just see if it works. If it works, it ain't stupid. That's my philosophy. So, all right, let's get some food and then give this another shot. You know, you ever feel like, you know, you've got the right plan, you're headed in the right direction, and all of a sudden, bam, something happens. Well, I had a brain fart. I am not working on the ceiling next because I got to do this back wall. And the back wall is going to be tongue and groove, which is underneath that tarp on that pallet. So I got to get things cleaned up and then get everything moved out of the way so we can work on this back wall and get that tongue and groove up. Out here at Hanbleceya Ranch, we live off the land. Slow mornings, hard work, and handmade everything.
Every blanket, every pumpkin, every little creation, it all starts here, right on our homestead.
We don't mass produce, we handcraft. Each piece carries the story of Maine's changing seasons, made with care, made to last.
So if you love cozy things that feel real, visit HanbleceyaRanch.com.
From our homestead to your home, thanks for supporting Handmade.